Shalom. First off, I want to give all glory, honor, and praise to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Ruach HaKodesh. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. Salutations to the hopeful elect scattered throughout the four corners of the earth. And to all my brothers out here preaching this truth to you, I say Shalom. This is Amatazar from the Chicago camp, coming back at you again with another lesson entitled, Ye Suffer Fools Gladly. So growing up in the so-called black Christian church, it is not an uncommon thing for the pastor every 15 or 20 minutes to say something to the crowd and say, turn to your neighbor and say such and such, or turn to your neighbor and do such and such. All right. And a lot of it is complete foolishness. Okay. So let's take a look at a few of the places where they go off. So let's first go to 2 Corinthians 11, and we'll start at 19. It says, For ye suffer fools gladly, seeing ye yourselves are wise. For ye suffer if a man bring you into bondage, if a man devour you, if a man take of you, if a man exalt himself, if a man smite you on the face. And this is exactly what I've seen multiple times. You'll have the pastor stand up there and literally tell you he getting rich off of you. Okay? He'll tell you to turn to your neighbor and say, don't get mad at me because I'm rich. I mean, I've heard this. Don't be mad at me because I'm doing what the Lord told me to do. Well, you know what? The Lord did tell you to do what you're doing. Okay? And let's prove it. Because without a doubt, these people are deceived. The book of Job 12 verse 16 reads, With him is strength and wisdom. The deceived and the deceiver are his. Okay? He leadeth counselors away spoiled, and maketh the judges fools. He looseth the bond of kings, and girdeth their loins with the girdle. He leadeth princes away spoiled, and overthroweth the mighty. He removeth away the speech of the trusty, and taketh away the understanding of the aged. All right? So the deceived and the deceiver belong to the Lord. And so the blind leading the blind are going to fall right into a ditch. Okay? So no truth is coming out in the so-called Christian church. Doesn't matter which one, whether it's black or any other Christian church. All right? But ain't no truth coming out. But let's look at Isaiah 8 and 20. And it reads, To the law and to the testimony, if they speak not according to this word, it is because there is no light in them. Okay? So the Christian church basically will tell you that the law is done away with. All right? And then that same Christian pastor will tell you to turn to your neighbor and say, God is not through with me yet. What is this all about? Because it's an excuse to be willful and an excuse to continue in sin. Okay? So, hey, even though I'm sinning, I'm bogus, I might be bogus, but hey, God is not through with me yet. All right? Lots of excuses in the Christian church. 1 John 3rd chapter, let's look at 22. And it reads, And whatsoever we ask, we receive of him, because we keep his commandments and do those things that are pleasing in his sight. And this is his commandment, that we should believe on the name of his Son, Yahweh Shai, Hamashiach, and love one another, as he gave us commandment. And he that keepeth his commandments dwelleth in him, and he in them. And hereby we know that he abideth in us by the Spirit which he hath given us. Okay? So the Lord has given us, all right, talking about those who are coming to the truth. He's given us his Spirit. And through his Spirit, we try to keep the law, statutes, and commandments to the best of our ability. Okay? in our situations, we may be in a situation where a person will throw himself at you, and then you find out, hey, they got a man. Hey, I can't deal with you. So there's things that happens all the time, but we got to keep our integrity, right? Because we keeping the laws, statutes, and commandments to the best of our ability. Another area, all right, where these so-called pastors, they go off, they'll tell you, go hug 3 people or go hug 5 people. And then you see this in the church, and they run around, people run around hugging each other for a good 2 minutes. Now, who's hugging who? Okay? You got the download brothers hugging on brothers. You got the sisters, you know what I'm saying? They down with other sisters, they hugging each other. You got lustful men, hugging other men's women, and you got adulterous women hugging other men. What is that all about? I mean, I know for a fact because, hey, I was there, I was in it. I was looking to hug up on certain women myself. But that's off, So you know better, you do better, right? So let's go to Sirach 9, verse 9, and it reads, sit not at all with another man's wife, nor sit down with her in thine arms, and spend not thy money with her at the wine. You ain't supposed to be drinking with another man's wife at all. Okay? Let me read that again. Sit not at all with another man's wife. You ain't supposed to be sitting down with another man's wife. Alright? You ain't supposed to be sitting down with somebody else's wife. Nor sit down with her in thine arms, and spend not thy money with her at the wine. Why? Lest thy heart incline unto her, and so through thy desire thou fall into destruction. That's plain. Okay? That's pretty plain. Let's look at Sirach 41. I remember years ago in the Black Christian church, I had went to a new church. Well, it was new to me at the time. And when the church was over with, one of the women came over to me and was like, my auntie think you cute. I was like, where your auntie at? And she was standing next to her husband. Sirach 41:17. Be ashamed of whoredom before father and mother. Alright, so let's talk about being ashamed. Alright. Be ashamed of whoredom before father and mother, and of a lie before a prince and a mighty man. Of an offense before a judge and ruler. Of iniquity before a congregation and a people. And of unjust dealing before thy partner and friend, and of theft in regard of the place where thou sojournest, and in regard of the truth of the Most High in his covenant, and to lean with thine elbow upon the meat. All right, I didn't know anything about that. You ain't supposed to have your elbows on the table actually when you eat. And of scorning to give and take, and of silence before them that salute thee, and to look upon a harlot, and to turn away thy face from thy kinsman, or to take away a portion or a gift, or to gaze upon another man's wife. Okay? So you ain't supposed to be looking upon another man's wife. Alright? You ain't supposed to be gazing upon her. Alright? But you kind of taught to do some of this, in the Black Christian church. You see it all the time. Alright? So with that, I'm going to say shalom, and I hope this message, this lesson was edifying. To the next one, shalom.